Hello and welcome back to some more Hytale, or I should call this a Hytale Paradise. So, hopefully you are all doing alright and staying safe, and hello and welcome back. Now I'll tell you, the name, I just basically took out the jungle part of the Minecraft Jungle Paradise Golden Age. So I just took out the good old jungle, as there is, I don't think there is a jungle in Hytale. If they ever do make a jungle, we'll move and see, how a jungle looks. That's what I say. Alright, so we'll jump right back into where we last left off. Because last time we were playing, we left off working on terraforming the area where we spawned. And I do actually have a build project in mind to get started involving the river crossing. I have a bridge idea that I want to get started, and hopefully we can do that today, if we are able to, I tell you. I am going to try and keep these episodes a little bit shorter than last time, as last episode was 1 hour and a little bit, and I want to keep it around probably 20 minutes each episode. So the problem is you only get 20 minutes of, well, almost 20 minutes of light in this game, and then 20 minutes of darkness in this game, and takes forever, I tell you, it takes forever. Alright, let me adjust my microphone, it's a little bit higher up there. Alright, so we're just waiting on it loading in, waiting on chunks. Taking a lot longer than last time. I'm going to open my window for a little bit of air. I'm kind of trying to balance out the humidity and the, warmth. Which is a pain in the butt, I tell you, which is a pain in the butt. Don't remember it being raining last time, maybe I forgot that. Alright, so let us make ourselves some pickaxes, some crude pickaxes. Oh, a little bit of lag there. Alright, so last episode we were slowly taking off the top of the spawn area where we originally spawned, so that we can use this area for building. There's also an enemy that seems to just be over that bit there. If I could make a, bow, it would be quite nice and, quite neat. We could just fire it from a distance, but that's not happening today, I tell you. That's not happening today. Or it might actually happen today. I don't know. Alright. So we actually have to plan out where this bridge is going, and I think it's probably going to go in that gap there. You see where this is here? I plan on having walkways on the side and then one big bit in the middle. So trying to get that to actually work out, I don't really know, because we don't really have logs, so the idea in my head, it's, revolves around logs, so hopefully we can find somehow the way to get logs. Or can I just place sticks down? You can use sticks. Might as well just finish off those 2 bits there. If I put in the effort, I might as well finish off the effort. Oh. Okay, this is getting messy. Back to organization, I tell you. So, we'll continue to do this, and then the enemy's getting closer and closer. I have very little HP. Can I place these in water? There's my previous pickaxe. And now I need to chuck back out. That actually does work. That is actually very cool. Let's actually see if this is a workable method. Hello there. Come on. I was not wanting my first death, but I am going to brutally kill that enemy. I was not expecting to have my first death to a stupid skeleton. What happened there? Why didn't these... They do damage over time, so why didn't it do any damage? That... You know what, I'm gonna call that, a weird bug with early access, which I hate. My first death, I tell you. And it was due to that. And I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed, I tell you. I was actually thinking, like, this could be a cool method of, you know, stopping enemies from, you know, going into your base, you know. No. Punji traps, these wooden spike traps, useless, I tell you. If it cannot stop an enemy like that, the way that I want it to. There's some rubble and rocks over there. I really do like the moss of the blocks. We do have some creatures over there that we have to investigate. See if we can do anything with them. Like get milk from them. They obviously look like a mammal. They always remind me of if any of you are old enough to remember Eden, a iOS game from back in the day. I think it was also on Android. But it was a Minecraft-like game from back in the day. And it was a really great game. It had some unique monsters for, you know, the time. They don't make them like they used to, I tell you. They don't make them like they used to. Alright, let us actually get started tearing off this roof, I tell you. Because this is getting a little bit too out of hand. Surprisingly, we have quite the distance to mine. And I really do like that. We've not actually, you know, improved upon our gear yet. So hopefully we can do that soon. I really do hope that they add a ability to... Oh. I really wish they had the ability to hide your armor. Because, you know, I like getting these, you know, cinematic screenshots, but, you know, I want them to look nice, not with, you know, ugly armor. Like, sometimes armor is good and sometimes it's bad. I don't know what the armor in this game is, you know, like, so... Hopefully it's not too bad. If there is any armor yet. There probably is. Well, there's probably armor in that, what you call it, place that we're in before Skeleton Stronghold. At the start of the last episode. Which I tell you, we have to go back to that place. I really do want to see if I could burn it down. I would love to see that. You see that over there? Like a deer. Out in the distance over there. Like a... hops around like a deer, but I don't think it is a deer. It looks too fantasy to be a deer. Which is kind of funny because birds. That just cracks me up. This is actually looking quite nice so far. Now, yeah, I will actually have to mine out this entire area, which is going to take us some time, I tell you. But to be honest, it will be worth it when we get to the end. That's what I'm looking for. And my pickaxe is broken. Why can't I just hit Q and just get rid of it, I tell you? It would be so easier than just go into my inventory. I did realise I had another pickaxe in my inventory that I could have used instead of just crafting an entirely new one. There we go. I do wonder what the birds of Hytale take after. If any of you have seen that, what do you call it, Skyrim video that's went around recently, it got recommended to me randomly. And it was this woman talking about the birds of Skyrim. And it's actually pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I would recommend going and checking it out. You could probably just search in that and it will come up. It's a first search. But they go over, like, you know, the different species that are in the game. And it's actually pretty cool, I tell you. It's actually pretty cool. I would recommend going and checking it out. Those are the little, you know, things and, like, you know, games that I love. The little detailing like that. So I hate when they hide it behind, like, side quests. Like, sometimes the side quest is good and then sometimes I feel like the side quest is just filler. When I return back to Cyberpunk, you know, I'm kind of not looking forward to doing quests in Cyberpunk. But I promised that, you know, when I would return back to Cyberpunk, I would do a lot more of the side quests for you. There we go. So that is what I'm planning on doing a lot more of the side quests. Which, you know what, I'm not looking forward to, but I'm looking forward to at the same time, if you get what I mean. I'm excited, that's what it is. Excited and worried. Because there's certain ones that I will outright refuse to do. That being more about those cars that attack you, those automated cars. I could never solve that when I first played the game. I don't know if you had to shoot the car or destroy the car, I'm not sure. But those automated cars that you don't drive around, you have to go do something with those. This actually really looks nice. Sort of I'm boring your ears off, you know, about future plans here. And let's see. What else could we talk about? I'll probably talk about another thing that we need to continue. Terraria. I actually did an episode of Terraria that's not uploaded yet. And you know what, I quite enjoyed it, but at the same time, I really want to improve my building skill in it, you know, in Terraria. I keep looking at my, you know, builds in Terraria, and I'm looking like at these fancy looking builds that other people are doing, and I'm like, why can't I build like that in Terraria? Some of it is, you know, modded, so can't really, you know, do anything about that, but dang fly. I tell you, there's one fly. For like the last 2 days, it's been bugging me. It keeps going onto like my fingers and all that, and it's a terrible feeling. Hate getting like touches like that. There we go. We are almost out of durability again. It's like a pickaxe per layer. That's what I'm gonna say. It's like a pickaxe per layer. I say that, but we are in, you know, a lot more openness to this area. This is very rare blocks of quartzite, because I cannot craft it yet. But I will use it to my utmost effective for when I'm building my house. I have an idea of what I want my house to be like. I don't want it to be anything like fancy just yet, as, you know, we are slowly going to sprawl out. Who knows, maybe I might do some builds for some of the village folk over there. I just need to figure out how to craft logs. I don't know actually how to craft the logs just yet. I don't know if I can use a stick and, you know, turn it into a log or something. They haven't really explained that one just yet. And let me go and chuck that with the other pickaxe. This is just right there. And we'll continue on mining this. But I really do like how much we've done so far in this. We got some big plans, I tell you. We got some big plans. And I hope to, you know, fulfill them if nothing happens with Hytale. There we go. That meaning, you know, if they ever change like the world generation and I lose this world, I'd be quite sad. They did that with a Minecraft beta back in the day, and you know, when I was updating my Minecraft beta series, I lost so much of my Minecraft beta series because of that. It still, you know, saddens me to this day. It also looks like we're getting very close to the entrance. You wouldn't think this entire area was an enclosed area if you did not see me, you know, mine it. It kind of reminds me of, you know, the early days of Minecraft Xbox 360. You know, the tutorial level that, you know, you would spawn in. It would be this area. Everything you needed was in that area. And you would learn how to craft and do other stuff and all that. This is many years ago. This is like, you know, 2013, 2014 time. They did update that, you know, tutorial level so much. I always loved seeing, you know, what they did with it. That one with the yellow sandstone, you know, building was like, you know, the top tier one. That one was the top tier one. Would I count bone fragments as thingy? No. There we go. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I do wonder how the dying works in this game. Is there like a permanent dying, or is it just, you know, regular? Like, I'm worried that I might need, you know, these life essences to, you know... Oh no. I don't need to use that for, you know, gaining life back. Why did I not combine these? Be a little bit, you know, cleaner. I do see some plateaus out there, if you see that over there on my right. This is where the sunrise is from. And it looks very interesting. I need to also figure out how to sleep. I got given a bed. Well, I stole it from the village, but you know, we don't talk about that. And I need to figure out what I am going to do with said, you know, bed. Can I sleep in it? I don't know. I've claimed it, so I respawned there. That's why I respawned there once I died. So I'm not sure. I am not sure. Will it help pass the night? I'm not sure. I don't know if they have sleeping, you know, put into the game yet, you know. I'm just thinking back to like early days of Minecraft and some other games where sleeping was, you know, something that, yeah, you would have to work up to. Minecraft Alpha, they did not even have sleeping for ages. When they first added, what do you call it, beds, it would have been, was it around beta time? I'm not sure. But when they added beds, everyone, you know, was like, you know, so relieved because you would have to wait out the entire night mining. And that's not a bad thing to do that. But you had to do that every night back in the day. And it looks like it's foggy again. One of the things I hate about this biome... Oh, no, it's raining. It's rain. I like the patterns that it does on the ground. I like that it comes from the side. I'm actually looking into some mods for Jungle Paradise Golden Age. And that is to add effects like this. I want to try and get like a sploosh effect. Let me show you. So when you jump into water, it does this sploosh effect. Let me do that from the other side. I want to try and get a mod that does that. I know there is some bedrock mods that do that. But I was looking into some effect mods like that. Can't get anything revolving around the sky. Is, you know, I already have... I think the texture pack affects the sky, but I'm not sure. Oh, I think I already have something for the sky, but I can't remember its name. I just want to try and, you know, find some of those things, and then... There's thunder in this game? Should have expected, you know. Pickaxe is about to go out of durability. You'll hear it in a second. There we go. Told you it would be a second. Oh, wait 1 second. Alright, let me craft that up. There we go. I can craft 10 of them in a row. That is pretty cool. Alright, so let us go and we'll mine out all of this here. I am chopping down some of my work that I will have to do. I am very surprised, you know. I wonder if that bug is still in the game. Let us actually try. I thought I might as well, you know, use this bug. So, you have to go like this, go like this, go like this, and then you grapple. How do you grapple? Oh, it's 3 blocks. Alright, alright. I do... Is it 3 blocks maximum? I guess so, I guess so. Sorry, I want to try out this thing before it gets, you know, removed. Wait, we almost got it there. We almost got it there. If I go like that... Yeah, it looks like, you know, it must be fixed. I wanted to at least attempt it. Probably works better on the ground, to be honest. Did I see a mob over there or something? Not sure. Alright, let us go and we'll mine out all of this. Stop it from, you know, spreading over. What time are we at anyway? Oh, we're at the 20-minute mark already. Ooh, you know what, I'll make this episode a little bit longer. We'll go for 30 minutes for this episode. Just as I don't want to leave you off on a cliffhanger. And I still got some work to do, you know. We're slowly clearing out this entire area. It actually looks pretty cool, like the shell casting of this area. But just, you know, with it all being in this... I really love this area. I really want to build, you know, so much in this area. Because it has so much potential. And also I do have a lot of river work to do. As you can see, there is a river that is clogged. And what am I best known for? Working on roads and working on, what call it, rivers. I don't know how many rivers in Minecraft and all that I've, you know, fixed. I have like so many of those, like, you know. I just like, you know, going up and down rivers, you know. Like, if you can boat in a game, then, you know, you should have the right to go up and down the rivers, you know, as much as you want. This is actually looking out, you know, quite nice. This is actually turning out quite nice. Don't know why I did not do this earlier, you know. I feel like I would have saved some time, you know. I probably would save a lot more time if I actually, you know, upgraded my pickaxe instead of, you know, just using the crude pickaxe. But if it works, it works, you know. If it works, it works. There we go. Actually breaking into the area that's down below us. I might actually see about breaking this right here now. Break all of this. I'm going to use a lot of these quasi blocks that you're seeing here. And the more... Oh, sorry. I keep clicking C to zoom in. When that's not actually the button that you're supposed to use. I might also reuse the door. I'm not sure. Should I reuse the door? Let me know. I feel like it'd be quite nice in a house, to be honest. Yeah, this is actually looking quite nice. We got quasi brick pillar. You know what, I feel like with the pillars, I could create something really nice. I like having pillars, you know, they're very useful for a lot of builds. They're very useful for a lot of builds. Plus you can create a lot of, you know, old style buildings with it. Like, you know, stuff from like, you know, 1500s, 1600s, you know, even going far back to like, you know, ancient Greece. I'm surprised no one's done an ancient Greece build just yet. I feel like that would be pretty cool to see. My little area is becoming unsafe now. We've finally broken down the walls. I actually really like all this progress that we've made so far. Except for all the pickaxes, I keep breaking and then I have to, you know, get a new pickaxe. I don't know if they despawn or not, but you know, if they do, hopefully, you know, they're not too long for them to despawn. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Why is this quartzite or, you know, block here remind me of sandstone so much? I don't know why, but it just gives me sandstone vibes. I can just imagine all the sandstone, limestone kind of builds I can build with it. You know what, that's what really reminds me of, limestone. There probably is limestone somewhere in this, you know, game. There's always like limestone. There we go. I wonder when we get around to playing Vintage Story, you know. How, you know, different it will be. Like, I plan on doing Minecraft, Hytale, and, you know, Vintage Story. These are 3 different types of block games with their own style and their own ways of playing it. Which is kind of gotta be, you know, quite crazy to do, but, you know, I'm looking forward to it, I tell you, I'm looking forward to it. Thought there was an enemy out there. Oh. I've set myself on fire. I am on fire. I hate that it opens up its mouth. That, you know, it singies me that. I really hate that mouth texture. There we go. I think we'll just continue trimming it down on that side and just work our way all the way around. We should be low enough, I think, now. It's starting to become a lot more open. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And yeah, that is actually looking quite nice. I'm looking forward to using a lot of these blocks. Everything that's, you know, being mined here will probably go into my house. That's just how it works, you know, I'm recycling a lot of this material. I'll probably recycle a lot of it into the bridge. I might actually build out some of these stonier kind of features. There we go. Can I sleep? Can I pass the night away? I can! I can! Not too bad, not too bad at all. I wonder if you can sleep for like longer periods. I didn't realize you could, you know, sing you the night away. I do want to actually, you know, explore very soon, so we might go on a little exploration journey and see what else is up in the world. I think we're definitely gonna have to go to the plateaus out there. Oops, sorry, I keep hitting C to zoom in. That is definitely something that's never going to cease. There we go. I'm just trimming out this back bit here. I wonder if I can... Oh, I can. The parkour feature is very, like, you know, nice. And there we go. Sorry, I needed a screenshot there. Ah, here it is. So we are getting quite close to the end of today's episode. So I'll probably end off in a couple minutes and then restart if you're on the Twitch side. If you're on the YouTube side, that'd be the end of today's episode. But I quite enjoy all the work that we've done here so far. You may think like, oh, like, you know, I could have done this like a lot faster. I could have done this a lot faster if I had better tools. But at the same time, you know, I like limiting myself, you know, with certain stuff. Like, we had Minecraft Avius, a server which you had to work your way up levels to, you know, gain, like, certain stuff. And, like, stuff like that really makes, you know, games unique, you know. I hate to grind, like, for ages, you know, on Avius it was, like, you know, 2 hours, I tell you. 2 hours straight to get to level 20. That took forever, I tell you. That was with a wooden pickaxe. Alright, so I'll clear out this as the last little thing. And my pickaxe broke, you know what? That'll be where we end off this episode here. So, hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, stay safe, if possible. Thanks for your attendance. Very, very important. And bye-bye, see you soon, bye-bye.